Mr. LaRouche, the sums of money currently involved in the bailout policy not only are obviously not helping, but seem to be feeding what we think is the most critical problem that we face, and that has to be resolved. An overall survey of the state of the U.S. economy, and most specifically of U.S. infrastructure, indicates that at least over the last 25 years, which is the period that we were investigating, the United States has suffered a net loss of both basic economic infrastructure and also of productive capacity. Any measurable growth that we could find has been largely in what would at best be considered soft infrastructure, but to be honest, is largely located in the sheer growth of speculative values. Under these conditions, to get to the point, it would seem that one of the things that has to be addressed is not simply that the bailout cannot work, but that in fact, the bailout serves, at least in technical terms, and especially from the standpoint of your triple curve function, that the bailout itself serves to drive the nation deeper into bankruptcy and is making the task of building our way out of it all the more difficult. Do you agree with this, and do you have anything more you'd like to say about it?
First of all, we have to understand that the British are conducting, or British interests are conducting a war against the United States. And you look at what's happening. The British are determining our policy through this Wall Street crowd. You see it again. What they're doing, they're inflating, they're causing us to engage in hyperinflation. We have reached the point now that we're already ready to go into a hyperinflationary explosion of the type experienced by Germany in the summer of 1923. And the British are doing it directly to us as an act of warfare against us. We have to crush them. And the way to crush them is to do it, take the obvious thing. Sink their boat. And you sink their boat by using the weapon of bankruptcy. Under U.S. law, under U.S. Constitution, and use the principle of the general principle of the welfare, the preamble of the Constitution, which is the fundamental law of the Constitution. It's not a preamble, it's not something like that sort. It is a statement of the purpose of the existence of the United States. The other aspects of the Constitution pertain to the implementation of that. But that's the fundamental principle. And therefore, you use that principle and you enforce it. And the world is looking for leadership. The Chinese are looking for leadership now. The Indians less so, but they also would like a little bit. Russia is looking for a leadership role by the United States. Africa is looking for a leadership role from the United States. They want to get rid of the British. The drug problem frightens people. You have whole governments that are terrified of George Soros' drug armies. We have the weapons and we have the cause. And we have the Constitution. We can win this. We have to have a government that has the guts to win. But you have politicians who want a no-risk war.